Round and round and round. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV,
Jamar 4.
and we're here for another episode of the Prelude. Okay, should be called the Scotty and Jamar show, but the Prelude just sounds way more professional than the Scotty and Jamar show.
And more unique because everybody has the blank and the blank show. Like, girl, that's basic.
Yeah, everybody does. But without any further ado, tonight we have a special guest here tonight. Of course, you guys know that our core audience for the Prelude is the LGBT community, and he is a part of the LGBT community. I'm sorry, and not to mention, he's a part of one of the newest LGBT reality web series that goes by the name of The Grind, the Dallas edition. He's a cast member and one of the executive producers of the show. So let's welcome Mr. Sean Gardner to the place, to the house. What's going on?
Hey y'all, how are you?
I'm well. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling ready and I got my Hennessy, so I'm just ready for whatever you guys throw my way.
Damn, I in the car. Nah,
Don't even don't. I'm about to say, don't you even think about getting up
I
to try to
sure
go find it
did,
either.
bitch. I sure did. I'm not even gonna lie, I sure did. But yes. So we've already introduced our guest, but I'm gonna have him tell us, again what his name is, where you're from, and tell us another interesting fact about you that people may not know.
Okay, well, I'm Sean, but on Instagram I go by Prince Latrell 87. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I'm a transplant to Dallas, Texas, and I'm did you ask my age? I'm 33.
I mean, you can tell us whatever it is that you want to know. What you want us to know
Oh, you said something interesting about me.
that people may not know.
Well, those that don't know me that know that I'm a Cancer. I was born in July, so I'm a summer baby, and I'm a Cancer.
Is your beard blonde?
Yes.
Oh, wait. I was
Well,
like, at first
some
I
of
thought
it's
that was skin. I'm
blonde,
like, that's not skin.
a little blondish.
Okay, well that's new. I hadn't
Yeah.
seen that. Okay.
So you're from Chicago. So what made you come down south? What
Down
was the thing that
south.
made you come down south?
Well, I didn't. I moved from Chicago. I'm still in the Midwest. I moved to Omaha, Nebraska. My 9 to 5, and about 5 to 6 years ago, I was a CNA med aide. So I worked at a real big hospital in Omaha, Nebraska, and I was just. Oh, an interesting fact that people don't know about me is that I had a weight loss surgery. I used to be 411 pounds. So that would be an interesting fact. So while working at the hospital, I had a surgery, lost about 180 pounds. Doing quarantine, I didn't gain a little of it back, but don't worry, honey, a bitch will be
We
taking
all
care of that.
okay.
But I moved from Omaha to Dallas, Texas. My job brought me here. I was tired of being in the Midwest. I wanted something different. I just got out of a 11-year relationship and I wanted to change. So I had a couple of family members that lived in Texas, and my job transferred me down here, and the rest is history.
He said 11-year relationship, Jamar. We be
With
lucky to
another
get 11 months. Yes, we lucky to get 11 days, let alone 11 years.
Well,
Okay.
the method to my madness is it was an open relationship. So he did what he wanted to do. I did what I wanted to
oh
do.
child.
To
That
say the
takes
last,
up
we
the
still
hard
work
work.
together.
That take out all the stress, all the hard work. I ain't got to worry about what you do, and I can sleep easy at night. Well, look,
Well,
whatever.
when you know better, you do better. So I know better, and I'm doing better. So.
Amen. How long have you had your locks?
I started it in February. I say about 6 years ago. About 6 years.
See, I've been thinking about doing the color, but I'm scared. I don't want my hair to fall out.
It won't. I mean, my loctician is from the Midwest as well, so we mesh well, and I can say what I want, and she can just try to translate it and put the Midwest flair on it. I was really nervous about this. I was like, I really wanted to go all the way. I'm like, no, just put it in the middle. And she's like, oh, I want you to just do all of it. I'm like, no, I want to make a statement. I want bitches to look, honey. Whether they give me a good look or a bad look, bitch, look. So I think I accomplished that with this, and hey, it's original. I haven't seen it, and hey.
That it is. That it is. That it is. So, how did you sort of come across the whole brand of Chasing Dallas? Well, not Chasing Dallas, excuse me, the Grind Dallas.
Well, really, my best friend moved here about maybe a year and a half ago, and he opened up a restaurant, which is Stephen Fish and Chicken. And we were just like, we want to give more back to the community. We want to showcase more. Shout out to Chasing Dallas. They did their damn thing, and they're continuing to do their thing. But we all have a story, and I have one, he has one, and we was like, let's put a group together, and let's just see what we can come up with. So that's how the group came about, with the idea of forming a group to showcase to America on YouTube. That's how the thought came about. So we reached out to one individual by the name of Stanley, which is highly recommended and known in the city of Dallas. Um, he came up to the restaurant a couple of times, and him and my best friend, which is Jeremy, had some type of a relationship. So he, helped us put most of the cast together. Besides a couple of that no longer on the show, he did help us with them too. But um, he helped us put the cast together, and we began filming. And voila, the Grind Dallas began.
Oh,
As far as my grind, besides putting the show together, putting money into it, and helping come up with creative ideas, I am an aspiring model. I am a brand ambassador for a Fly Iconic clothing brand. Um, I also am a new party promoter in the Dallas area. Had several successful events and will continue to have them in the future.
amen. Did you always aspire to go into modeling, or is it something you just kind of picked up at some point?
Um, Believe it or not, I've always wanted to model. I've always been big boned, so by me losing 180 pounds, close to 200 pounds, I'm like, I'm somewhat comfortable in my body, so why not promote body positivity and just show that you can be any shape, size, and just represent for your audience. So, I mean, someone will pick me up, someone will want me to model their clothes, someone will pay me. I mean, it's a proven fact. It's happened. So,
That's true.
I just want to let people know that you can be any shape or size and you can still represent and do what you want to do. Do I still struggle with how the world is going to perceive me? Yes. Do I still have insecurities? Yes. But no matter what, you still just keep pushing forward.
Amen. Amen. Come on, testimony.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, cause it's all facts. I mean, at the end of the day, like you can do things that you need to do to try to like upgrade yourself or do things to make yourself feel good, but it still might be one thing that may be bothersome to you. I mean, I'm a living witness. I mean, I had a fucked up grill for years, and I finally got it fixed. And then there are some days where I may find something else about me that I be self conscious about. But it's just we're sometimes our own worst critics most of the time. So
Exactly.
so that's really the
Like
We
name
know
of
even
that.
it.
like
We
even
know
now, I still struggle to get in the studio and model the clothes that I know I need to model for my brand ambassador. Like, I struggle. Like, oh, I didn't gain a little more weight. Like, I don't want to be the gag of the century, but when someone believes in you and they want you to model their clothes and promote their brand to the best of your ability, you have to shake all that shit and just get in there and do it. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I've been doing. I know you guys haven't really saw much of that on the show, but trust is coming.
I mean, look, we can see it. If we don't see it on the show, I'm sure we can see it on the various platforms. Make sure you go follow Sean on all of his platforms. Actually, give us your social medias while we're.
I'm on Facebook, which is really more for my family and close friends. It would be Patty Gardner, which is Tty. Then my last name Gardner, Gardner. On IG, it is Prince Latrell 87, and that would be PRYNCE LATRELL 87.
Lovely, lovely. And I also wanted to make sure that I harped on this because that made me think about it. Is when it came to insecurities, something that somebody told me is like because we, like Scotty said, we're our own worst critics, and that's because we know everything that's going on. But 9 times out of 10, the stuff that we're the most insecure about, people don't even notice, more or less. So you're better off just going there, doing your own thing, doing the best you can without even worrying about all the little small intricate details. Because more often than not, people aren't even going to notice it until you point it out to them. So
Yeah.
I say
That
keep.
is so true. That is so true because when I was sitting up here looking in the mirror at myself a year ago before I got my teeth fixed, I'd be like, ugh, I do not like it. I'd be looking at my video range because I didn't like it. And then most of the dudes that I date, they didn't notice it until I said something. They didn't give a damn. They still wanted to. We ain't gonna go there, but they still wanted my ass regardless of the imperfections. It doesn't matter.
And to touch on
it
that,
just it
even when I was 411 pounds, I hit a lot of people hit on me because I was always confident. I believed in myself. Now, whether I was ready to showcase it to the world, that was something different. But when it's sexual and you see something, I know how to work it and get what I want. So that's never been a problem.
If you got it, flaunt it. Ain't that what
Hello.
Beyonce said?
exactly. That's what she
And their
said.
favorite word in Chicago was like, "Oh my God, you are so beautiful to be big." I'm like, "Oh, why? Thank you. You like this mug? I'll get into it."
All right now. Okay. So you said that you and Jeremy are actually really, really close friends. So how long have you guys been friends with one another?
Ooh, 21 plus years. I think we met. Oh, 21 years. We met
Oh
in
wow.
2000. And we started, well, actually, when I moved back to Chicago, like I said, I moved to Omaha. I tried to get away from Chicago a little bit. I went to middle school in Omaha, Nebraska. And when I, started high school, I moved back to Chicago, Illinois. And I met him at our high school. Shout out Percy L. Julian in Chicago, Illinois, on the South Side. So we met about 2000, 2001. I really didn't care for him because I was attracted to this boy called Julian, which is the name of the high school we went to. And I heard that my brother slash back best friend Jeremy basically whooped his ass, maced him, beat his ass in computer class. And I was like, where this bitch at, honey? We about to go at it, honey. But to come to find out, it was just that he was being picked on because my brother, he looks masculine and he is masculine, but he has a soft, feminine voice. So we went to a predominantly black school in the hood, and they tried to pick on him for it. And he's not no bitch, and he's gonna stand up for himself. And he whooped that ass in front of all his little bitches, and now he's embarrassed. So I kind of approached him in the cafeteria line, and he was like, "I heard you had a problem with me." I'm like, "No, I really don't." We kind of talked, and I understood where he was coming from, and we've been ride or die ever since. A lot of people actually don't know that his niece is actually my cousin, so we're more than friends. We actually are family at this point. So, yeah.
Shit, y'all been riding for a long time. I don't think I have a active friendship right now over 20 years.
Mm.
That's outside of
Yeah.
my family.
Trust me, it's been challenging. He's a Taurus and I'm a Cancer, so I bottle things up, and he stubborn. So, when he explodes. When I explode. So, we kind of balance each other out, and anything worth fighting for succeeds. So we fought through 20 plus years, and we're still standing tall. Bitches try to pin us against each other all the time. Of course, he throws shade towards me. I throw shade towards him, but that's my brother. That's family. So no bitch will ever come between us. So
That sounds just
if
like
you
me
didn't
and
know,
the
now
one
you
at the
know.
top.
You said
It
what?
sounds like me and it sounds like me and that sounds like me and this one up at the top. Well, he throws shade at me. I don't throw shade at him. He throws shade at me. I don't throw
What?
shade at him. He throws shade at
Bitch, don't even sit here. Lightning should strike you, bitch. To strike you down where you stand. There's recorded evidence that that is bullshit.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, I
Did
will
you not
say that I am a
did you
big
not
fan.
just
What you
huh? Go
say?
ahead.
I,
I'm not even
I
gonna
will,
go back
I
and
will
forth.
say I'm a big fan of both of you guys, and you both say shade each other, but it's okay. Y'all balance each other out. It's okay.
I have never shaken. Okay, I didn't go say never, but I do not.
Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Oh my god, you can't keep it real for shit. You just know you lie.
Did she just tell a lie 30 seconds ago?
But
Bitch.
you just called me a slut right before Sean came backstage. You called me all types of names before he came backstage. So
Look,
you want to lie?
water is wet, the sky is blue, and Scotty's a
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Anyway, so with you and Jeremy being also, really, really close and cast members, what's your relationship like with the other cast members on the show?
Um, I can say it's kind of up and down. Some people on the cast don't know what the definition of loyalty is. So whether they have private meetings and my brother is venting to them about a situation that they're only hearing his side of the story and not mine, and they're forming their opinion, they're taking that as like he's diminishing me or, that's their way in. So they take that and run with it. But I'm real close with Neiman. We don't talk on an everyday basis, but that is my ace. Orlando is cool. We do events together every now and then, so he's cool. Stanley, we have an up and down relationship. As y'all can see in the past episodes, we have went at it. We have since then made up, but he has his certain alliance, and so do I. But we see each other.
We see each other.
DJ Rude Boy, he's very in and out. So, I mean, you will see him and you won't see him. He kind of film when he wants to film. I can say that I consider him a brother. He's with the shit just like I'm with the shit. You viewers might not really get to see that a lot of him because he's a very kind of shy person, but his intentions are good and he's with the shit just like I am. So I love DJ Rude Boy at times. Who else is there left? Suge, that is my brother. That is my we do our podcast together. We see each other often. We were just out last Sunday at one of the local clubs here. We had a fabulous time. I love my brother, but just like any relationship, we don't agree on everything, but I love him. Sharon, which you probably saw a glimpse of him at the Pillow Talk. I'm sorry, not the Pillow Talk, the Sipping Paint and Tea. He's cool. He's very he has very like-minded ways that we have. Like he likes to, be out and make money and make moves, hence why he's a part of the Grind Dallas. A lot of girls don't know what he do, but he will see. He soon will show y'all what he does. So Sharon is cool. Lay is no longer part of the show, so we don't have a relationship. And anyone that texts my brother and calls him a bitch really doesn't deserve a relationship from me. Dior, he's no longer a part of the show, which you guys did an interview with him, Scotty, on the Justice League, and he said he was not a part of any other show. He's right because I guess his personality, we all have big personalities over here and we're not really combative, but we're going to say what we want to say and we're going to mean it. I really feel like he had a problem with doing that and he really feel like I had an issue with him where I was going to attack him at some point, but no one is worth attacking that's going to fuck up my coin. So we don't have a big enough beef for me to be out here running your name through the mug or even trying to fight you. I really don't care for you. And vice versa, you don't care for me. But that's about it.
When Suge was here last week, we told him that we're going to have to slide in on the Pillow Talk podcast, talk about things. I'm still holy and sanctified. I can't say the same for her. I'm still holy and sanctified. But, I will still partake in the conversation.
Yes, it really gets a little raunchy doing our the Pillow Talk segment. It gets real raunchy. And that's when you guys really get to see my sexual side. But we also talk about pop cultures and Black Lives Matter movement. It's just a regular podcast, but we're very entertaining when we do go on here. And we should be coming back very soon.
Okay, well, okay, so what's up next is how do you separate the EP Sean from the cast for Sean? Like how are you able to separate that?
Um, just being authentic to myself. What I say once, I say twice, and when I see bullshit, I'm going to call it out because if I don't, who is? So I guess that's why I'm very the aggressive one or the one they so called be the messy one. But everyone in the group has something to say about everybody, and they just scared to bring it to camera because of what the world is going to perceive them as. So I guess I take one for the team. I'm the messy one because I approach things and I call things out when it needs to be called out. I separate the two by I don't tell people what they need to do. I think me and my brother give them options, we give them choices, and I believe that's the problem. We need to just start saying this is what it is. You either come or you don't. I think we give people a lot of too many chances. It's why we're only on episode 3 right now. So I think I separated very well.
So when you
I don't really challenge people in a scene like you did this, da 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 da, bitch. We about to fight. I don't do that. So it's just being professional. Make sure you're still on top of what you need to do. As far as sitting out, this is when we filming. This is what we expect you to do. This is the time you need to be there. And most of the time they're late, but we're all fall victim of that. So I just think I balance it very well because I don't wear my emotions on the sleeve most of the time. So I take my emotions
so
out of
to
it.
so to go on into so to stay on this question just for a little bit, you think y'all give y'all cast options and stuff like that. And I think from what you were saying, it sounds like maybe a little bit regret to those options you give your cast options of things. What exactly do you mean by options? Instead of giving them options, you should just say it instead of giving options. What do you like? Expand more on that.
I know
Well,
exactly.
I think me personally, not so much my brother Jeremy. Try to not befriend because I don't like people too close to me because I don't like people thinking they can have something against me. But I try to get to know each individual and who I cling to. I cling to. And what I mean by that, when I say, oh, it's time to film, this is your day to film. Oh, I don't want to film this day. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And then when it comes time to put something out, they're looking like, oh, where's the show? But I mean, we can only put out what people give us. So I think what I'm saying, I think we should have put a stop to that in the beginning. Then we wouldn't be at where we at now. So, like, oh, you're not performing, so we're going to go ahead and let you out your contract. Goodbye. You know what I'm saying? Versus believing in people because I do honestly think the people that we have on our cast can bring what needs to be brought, but they have to want to bring it. And I feel like I want it more than they want it. So
I can see that. And like when Scotty was asking that question, was like, how you do about options? And like I know exactly what you're talking about because I had stepped foot into this producer game with this upcoming show. It is I could not do this role and be a cast member at the same time. I could not do it because the thing that you have to worry about yourself about trying to produce a show and then be the same person to produce the content for that said show at the same time. More power to you. Could never be me.
I'm going to give you a little backstory. Just watching a lot of that film back from the actual Pillow Talk where me and Harasi got into it and also Stanley, it was very hard to watch because for us to bring this group together and actually believe in them, especially Harasi, and to hear how he was basically out there degrading me to Dior and to Stanley and to all these other people, like I'm just this bum ass bitch. But I'm so bummish, but I have to be putting up a coin for you to be sitting here to film. So I just don't understand how, I had to really take my emotion out of it at that moment because I was ready to really kill a bitch. I'm like, I was accused of being homeless. I live with my best friend. I don't have all I do is push mail at the post office. Do I look like I push mail? Even if I do push mail, I'm a damn good mail pusher. Let's be very clear. And I'm a
Okay,
Federal
whatever
employee.
I am, I'm the baddest bitch.
So to go back on, it's very challenging to watch things back and still be able to put that shit aside and try to figure out why did you say this about me. Especially for Rossi, I really rooted for him. Like, no one really wanted him. I'm like, no, I believe in him. He's an up and coming rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? The audience, the viewers are going to love him, but he continuously just let me down. So call me a fat ass model, call me, told my car was from a buy here, pay here. It's just all type of things, which I can look past that because clearly my car is not from a buy here, pay here, and I'm not homeless. But for you to just go so low for a person that you really don't know, it's just like I just can't trust. I don't know where your actions are going to be, and it's not only so much I can allow a person to try to degrade me because I'm from Chicago, and when you get to doing all that rah rah, and I'm just ready to knock you the fuck out, and I'm just trying to grow as a person and stop. I want to make more money, and going around fighting and beating up bitches is not going to get me nowhere, especially someone that's 5'1" and I'm 6'2". Like it just be too much at times. So I can't trust how I'm going to react around certain situations when I'm constantly being provoked. So that's why you would no longer see him on the show as well.
So I mean, pretty much the root of y'all beef is just misunderstanding.
Mm, I feel like I'm not gonna really call people out because I feel like we resolve what we're talking about, but I'm gonna bring topics up. We're out at a club and Harasi was with us, me and my brother Jeremy, and another individual that's on this cast came up to us and was like, bitch, I'm gonna be starting shit, I'm gonna be making shit up that it's really not even real, just for the show. And I'm looking like, So right after that, Harasi just started acting a little weird. So I just feel like it was a lot of conversation going on about me, and hence is why he came to the pillow talk rah rah and ready to basically whip my ass, which that would never happen. I just feel like it's a lot of behind the scenes talking going on, and it's a lot of provoking. But if you're going to provoke behind the scene, make sure you can bring what you're provoking behind the scene on screen because that's going to help your storyline. I don't need a storyline. So the girls that don't have one, I just want you girls to bring it on camera and not behind the scene.
Do you feel like the other cast members have any level of respect for you as an executive producer?
I think they're slowly but surely learning who the fuck I am. But as you can see, honey, Stanley called me a nobody. I guess people feel like I'm a tag along to my brother, even though I was the general manager of his restaurant and he was the owner, even though I am a federal employee, even though I have my own car and my own apartment, just because he's a real estate agent and he may be a little more flashy or more slimmer than I am, I just feel like people discredit me a lot. But we're on equal playing field, baby. So I just really don't
Yeah.
care how people perceive me, but I just know what I see and I know how people act and try to treat me. But honey, you girls can never come for me, honey. I've been born and raised in Chicago, through the trenches and out. I've been to multiple states. This is just another state. So if any girl think that I'm a nobody, you should still see that Sean Eugene Gardner, aka Prince Latrell 87, name will be in lights, one way or another.
But you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because I don't like the term tag along, especially when you know you have a friendship with someone and y'all work together. Like, say for instance, when me and Jamar have been friends for now 8 years. We've both been doing YouTube for a very long time, and we've tried to work together in the past with other people, but that just didn't work out. But then later we decided that we would work solely together. And anytime I have an opportunity, because you know this for yourself, because we've had these conversations already. Whenever I have an opportunity to do something, if there's a way for me to bring him along with me, I'm gonna always do that. So that doesn't make him like a tag along. It just it's just a situation where I got an opportunity. That's my best friend, so I'm gonna make sure that he's to have that same opportunity, if not the exact same opportunity, something closer to that opportunity so he will be able to, move and shake because we're working together on this particular platform. So why not bring him along for any opportunity that I got? So it's just like with you, saying, okay, Jeremy had a restaurant and you was the general manager of it and he was the owner. If I was the owner of a restaurant and Jamar needed a job, of course I make him my general manager. Why? Because that's my best friend. So that doesn't make him a tag along.
But the shade of it all is me being a general manager was solely to help my best friend to trust and, let him pay me whatever he decided to pay me because this is an up and coming restaurant. Why bring in someone else? Like, let's be clear. I am a federal employee. I have my own job and make damn good money. So I was working overnight and then going to the restaurant to help my best friend out because that's what you do. When you're building someone, it takes a whole team. So yes, he can get the shine and the credit, but without me, no shade. I mean, I helped him with his success. So I can be a tag along and he can get the credit all he wants. That's fine. Because I'm never a bitch that want to take credit when credit's not due. That my brother came down here, been here less than a year and a half, had a restaurant, licensed in 3 states, and also now a EP and also a co creator of the show. So his name is definitely going to ring bells in the city, whether girls like it or not. It's going to ring bells, and a lot of people are threatened by that. But hey,
Child. Well, all right, bitch. That's how you
it's
do
like
I
all
know,
things.
people just need
right?
to know how to play their position. Like I've never been a bitch like, oh, I do anything for clout. Like I need to be seen. I need to be the one. Like, oh, if they're saying his name, they need to say my name. No, like some things are just meant for him. Like, and some things are just meant for me. Like we are one, but we are two people at the same time. Like he moves a certain way, and I move a certain way. I'm gonna tell him when he's wrong, but you bitches would never know. Like, and that's what people need to realize. When you're loyal to a person, you check them in private, not in front of bitches, and try to make a spectacle of a person. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I tell a
Hmm.
lot of people think I'm a tag along because I don't really, check him in front of people because that's nobody's business. Period.
Yeah, those are conversations that you can have, in private. You don't have to try to, publicly embarrass somebody.
Yes.
Agreed, agreed. I think um, that would be it's like an ideal position to have somebody that you work with already, or have like because you guys were already like friends for at least a decade before this show even came about. So I'm sure just like the insemination of the show and just working together on that was like easy peasy because you already had such a close relationship already prior to the show.
Believe it or not, it's been very challenging. Like, I'm not gonna discredit anyone that's been a part of this show because literally this is our first go around. From everyone, from the producers on down, this is our first go around. So I feel like anything, me and my brother had more pressure because we have to perform in front of the cameras and then also behind the cameras. So if anything, it was more challenging for us, but um what I'm saying? I don't really want to discredit, anyone. Like I know that DJ Ruboy is shy. Um, he's coming out of his shell, when he wants to, you know what I'm saying? So it is the first go around for all of us, but I can't say that it has gotten much better and I don't really regret it, but it's not an easy process. And for anyone that aspires to do so, just, be ready for anything that people throw at you because it's going to be 1,001 things that come at you that's going to say, bitch, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. But then you have to think about what about the dedicated 560 subscribers that you have to your YouTube channel? What about the people that's rooting for you that says, Sean, I see the growth in you. I see you. You talked about this so much at work. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm glad that you're going after your dreams. What about these people? So that's why we keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to continue to do it.
That's good. That's
Well,
good.
for season one for any show like this on YouTube, because y'all are coming out of y'all pockets and y'all are investing it on your own. So the first season to every YouTube reality show, and from my opinion, from looking at them, you're entitled to make certain mistakes. Um, and then you use. I think what people do is they use their first season as a springboard in a sense to make just to test it out. It's like a testing season, like it's like a pilot type season. Like you
Hmm.
trying to see what works, what don't. You're trying to see what things you can and can't do, what things is gonna kill it or make it grow. So I think whatever mistakes you may have made this time around, you probably it's like, okay, now this what we gonna now this ain't working right here. So what we gonna do for season two gonna be like, and then you just do it that way because we all have to figure out what works and what doesn't. Even me and Jamar sometimes talk about our platform and other things that we are trying to do and see what works and what doesn't. So, it's hard to please an audience because you have some that you will please. You're going to have some that ain't going to like what you do. You're going to have some that you ain't going to be able to please everybody.
Yes.
We know that. We're not going to be able to please everybody. People may have their suggestions, and then when you go through with their suggestions, it still may be an issue. But long as you know what you need to do to have a good show, then that's all that matters. Like I do sometimes ask my subscribers as far as what they want from me or what they want to see me and Jamar do when it's come time for us to come together and do the show. And just see, just see what works because you are entertaining people, you are putting yourself out there, of course. So yeah, most
I
definitely.
agree.
I do.
I more understand it, but my brother, and he's gonna be a little mad at me, but he wants everything to be perfect. He's just perfect Patty, and if it's not perfect, he feel like he's being defeated. You know what I'm saying? But like you just said, this is like our pilot season. We're learning, we're growing. I see the growth even within him. You know what I'm saying? Even certain things that he was insecure about and things, scared to be in front of the camera, he has grown a lot. You know what I'm saying? So even though it's a lot of ups and downs that we're going through, we're all growing. And I don't want to take that away from any of our cast members. We all have grown. And it's just episode 3.
I'm interested to ask this question because I was speaking with my with the EP of our show earlier, and he felt like season pilot seasons are usually kind of difficult because you're faced with the task of introducing a lot like an entirely new group of people, and you're trying to tell everyone's story equally when the audience has no idea who they are. And do you feel like going into the second season that it will be there's a little bit less strain on trying to tell all these new stories when you already have somewhat of a background season to fall back on to reference? Do you feel like it'll be easier to tell those stories in the second season with some of the same faces that you'll have to reintroduce again?
It'll be easy for some, but there will be a lot of new faces added. So I think me and my business partner slash brother Jeremy Stevens know the method that works best for us, and we have a great team that's ready to back us for season 2. So I have no doubt in mind that season 2 is going to be epic. I had high hopes for season 1 just because what I wanted to do, what he wanted to do, and what some of the other cast members want to do is just, with this pandemic and other things happening, it has, it hinder us a lot. So we have been filming for over a year and we're still filming now. But, like I said, my brother is a perfect Patty. So we're not going to put anything out that we think is going to hinder us, then help us grow. So we're doing the best that we can do and just stay tuned because it's definitely going to be something to remember.
Everything is a learning
Okay,
experience.
so y'all still filming season 1. I thought y'all were done filming season 1. I don't know why I thought y'all were done filming. So y'all
We
still
were
filming season 1. How
done.
much longer y'all got to go?
I mean, we're done. We
Uh-huh.
have at least, maybe 6, 7 episodes. But like I said, he's a perfect Patty. So if he feels like something needs to be added or we need to do something different, we're not going to use this. Like, some of our cast member has left the group. So we can't get confessions for people that are not willing to do confessions. So some things are going to have to be done, not done over, but we're going to have to do new things. So, and that's what we're just working on.
Got it, got it, got it. Okay. Because I think I've seen that happen with other shows, and people handle it differently. They'll say somebody left the show towards the end of the season, so that's why they're not going to show up to the reunion um, for like continuity purposes. Because I think they would have to do like what you guys are doing. If you take them out, That means we can't use this, or this. So now we have to film things to fill up the space for this, and this. So, I mean, that's a lot of work. So I commend y'all because I know it is not easy.
Yes.
It is not easy.
It makes it difficult to follow because they left. So it may be some things that's in there that okay. So how do we get here? Why we blah blah blah. So because they left, it makes it hard because they
Mhm.
left. So I totally understand. So with that being said, though, how much longer do you guys have left to film, and when do you guys think y'all going to start filming season two?
Season 2 will definitely be starting filming during the summer. And we're just about done because we're not going to keep, you know, dragging season 1 out. So I can say we're about a good 2 weeks done with we'll be done with filming, and we're going to, do what we need to do and put what we need to put out, and get ready for our reunion. And those who show up, and that would be the deciding factor in who's move on to season 2.
Your your camera's gone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second.
I'm gonna say, wait, where'd he go?
Okay, there you go.
I'm getting so many notifications. I do apologize.
Oh no, you're fine, man. You're fine.
Oh
I
no,
was
this fine.
I was just thinking, would you guys consider involving maybe some sort of a contract that the cast has to sign, so like when they start filming, they're obligated to finish. So we and I run into this situation again where people are kind of leaving midway through, and it kind of creates more hindrance for you guys. Is that an option you would consider?
Everyone that's on the show has a contract. Now, whether they fulfilled it or not, that's a different story. But like I said, there's so much going on. It's like, do we really want to put this effort into pursuing legal actions against people not fulfilling their contracts, or especially when they really wasn't bringing anything to the show in the first place? No, not really. So, best wishes.
Woo!
So it's
The
it's a
shade.
learning experience, but definitely season 2 we're going to be vetting very hard, and we have a mindset of who we're taking into season 2, and the reunion will be a determining factor as well. How well you perform. Are you going to be authentic? Are you going to say what it is? If not, then if you're not going to be real to you or the audience, then girl, good night. Nice knowing you.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Hello. Because at the end of the day, only people that is going to fall back on is me and my brother. Yeah, you guys are cast members, but we're a production. You know what I'm saying? Also cast members. So they're going to be looking at us like, oh, you guys can't even put out a complete season. No, it takes a whole ensemble to complete it. Yeah, we can put out 1,001 scenes of me and him, but it's not called the Jeremy and Sean show. It's called the Grind Dallas. So, we're trying to be fair all around. You know what I'm saying? I know you girls are tired of seeing me. You know, like it's time for someone else to step up. You know what I'm saying? So I can assure you that you probably won't see me a lot in episode 4. Thank God. But I do want to let you guys know that if it's not showcased on this season, that I'm going through a dramatic change, and stay tuned. It's going to be epic.
Well, amen. We'll be looking forward to those announcements.
Mhm.
Yes,
So,
yes, we will.
as an EP of the show, like when things happen and heat rises and shit starts going, and when you have to look at it back and sort of play out the episodes and the storyline, like how do you sort of handle the situation that you have partaken in front of the camera, and now you have to put on the EP hat and kind of look like, okay, so am I going to allow myself to show what really happened, or am I going to put out the version that I want people to see? Because when you have a separation, like I said with me, I ain't got to worry about how I look. This is what you put out here. This is you. I ain't got to worry about how it's gonna make me feel. So how do you handle that?
Um, I can say I handle it well because, like I said, a lot of people, I mean, people do express their opinions of what we have put out. And as far as me looking at it back, I do know that a lot of it was filmed way last summer. And, most of the time we're over the situation. So I don't wear my emotion on the sleeves. Like, if I've already dealt the issue, I'm not going to look at it like, oh, I'm mad all over again. I might laugh at it. You know what I'm saying? Like that Stanley situation, I laughed at it. It was very funny. Like I really didn't even catch that bitch saying, "No, bitch, I'm done. You're still in the oven, honey." Like, bitch, I really didn't catch it, honey. And I'm like, yes, bitch, that was cute. It was cute for you, girl. It was real cute. So yeah, I mean, I don't take anything personal because I already know that we're the outsider. Like everyone on the cast know each other. We're basically transplants here. Even though I've been in Dallas for 5 years, I have not been on the gay circuit. You know what I'm saying? I was always, I get my trade, I go to work overnight, pick my trade up, and I go home. Like I didn't really go out. So all this is new to me when my best friend moved here. So I'm just now introducing myself to the gay circuit in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a little challenging because I really like to be around straight people. I feel like it's less drama, but hey, I watching what we put out back. I do know that I have a lot of things to work on. Every action doesn't deserve a reaction, and I feel like I let a lot of people take me out of character, especially people that don't even deserve me to get out of character. You know what I'm saying? So it's a learning process, and I'm learning daily. Don't sue me. I'm human, and I'm very genuine, and I'm a very, you know, understanding person. But when you push me and you back me into a corner, bitch, I'm going to come for you, and I'm not going to stop until I get you.
Oh, child. Oh, when are we gonna see this
So I
reunion?
take it as though, right? Okay. So I take it as though you really don't, because I can relate. So you really don't deal with the gay scene like that.
Mm-mm.
I don't
Um,
either. I mean,
I'm trying to
for
now.
me,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah. For me, it's a disconnect for me. I've had this conversation with Jamar before. It's a disconnect for me. Like I don't. I feel like I've always felt like an outsider when I was in gay environments. I never felt as though I fit in because I think on one of our shows, me and Jamar talked about it. You have to be a certain type of way in order to not necessarily stand out, but to fit in per se. Like I
Mm-hmm.
feel like you gotta be you gotta be extra effeminate sometimes, or you have to be you can't be like a regular dude like myself because they're gonna overlook you. They're gonna say you a late bitch and you this and you that. Which
Or
if
you're
you look at my
nobody.
Instagram, yeah, or you know, and if you look at my Instagram, I don't pat myself on the back or nothing, but you can see that I'm not a late bitch if you look at my Instagram. I'm not. So is that, or you gotta be a muscle bound ass nigga who is eye candy and all this other stuff. So I don't necessarily fit into different boxes. And the only thing that I could possibly closely fit into, and me and Jamar both agreed to this, and I don't even know if I'm even that, but it's the Butch Queen box. That's the only thing that I can see myself fitting into, honestly. Because I give you just enough feminine, but just enough masculine too. I'm just in between. So I'm not really 100% that or 100% that. I'm just a little bit in between. I can give you both if I want to. So I don't
I
know. I
agree.
just never felt connected, you know.
I agree.
Huh?
I felt very so much disconnected from the gay scene. Even in Chicago, me and my brother were very known. Like we were not in ballroom scene, but we were very known. Like when we went to the balls, people knew who we were. When we went to the gay scene, people knew who we were. We always stood out due to our fashion and our personalities, but we never really connected with a group of people just because we know what it took to get us to what we were. You know what I'm saying? That we had issues in the beginning. Why evolve other people? And as of now, take the example now, the grind downwards. Like we're having ups and downs because we're involving other people and we're trying to come together, create a brotherhood and have loyalty. And some people just don't know the definition of loyalty. So if I know that I have one bitch that's loyal to me, I don't need to bring in 2, 3, and 4 other people. I'm okay with having my one best friend that's gay, and I do have a girl best friend that is straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I can vent to these 2 bitches. They know my deep, darkest secrets, but the rest of you hoes don't need to know it, especially when you're proving me right every time. You know what I'm saying? But I really do want to create a group of people that is a force to be reckoned with. I mean, if people just put aside their differences and just work together and understand that what this platform can do for them, then they would just understand that we are a force to be reckoned with. But I mean, if they don't, we just have to find people that's like-minded and move on.
I agree, and it's a lot of what that comes with is just finding your tribe. Like a lot of people feel like I was talking to a friend of mine earlier who said that he's gay and he just started playing video games and he thought that was weird because he thought that wasn't something that gay people do. I'm like, we do everything. So it's honestly just do stuff that you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Find a group of people or find like an activity that you enjoy, and there will be somebody there. Even if they're not a gay person, they could just be an ally, and you can find your tribe that way. So, uh, even though we didn't have that stereotypical feminine thing, like if you're feminine, you probably find your tribe easier because there's more, people like us like out there. But you just be who you are. Your kind is out there. You just gotta find them.
It's just more sad is because I feel like heterosexual males in particular gravitate to me more like you're just cool, you're just real. And I just like, why can my own kind see this authentic me like these heterosexual males can? You know what I'm saying? Not to say they don't want sex from me. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying? But they genuinely see who I am and identify with. You're just a real ass nigga. Oh yeah, you are gay, but you still play basketball. You still play video games. You can play football, but you'll see me shake my ass every now and then because I'm just authentic to who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I was raised in a household predominantly women. You know what I'm saying? My father is not particularly fond of my sexuality or even claim me as a child. So I have to look to my mother and her sisters and my grandmother for guidance. I really didn't have a male figure. So it's hard, you know what I'm saying? It's just to come to a city or even try to connect with gay people that you have so much in common with, but choose to just be an enemy than an ally. It behooves me a lot. But as long as I have my best friend, Jeremy Stevens, aka my brother, and my other best friend, Samika Lee, shout out Des Moines, Iowa, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. Because I know them hoes are loyal.
That's good. And I think, since we're all, Black LGBT men here, I think if y'all could agree by me saying this, one of the traits that I feel like is my least favorite about our group in particular, is that we are have a very crabs in a barrel mentality where we almost feel like we can't even show support to somebody without feeling like you're secretly in competition with them. Everybody wants to be the baddest. Everybody wants to be the quote unquote Beyonce of whatever and try to be the best and have all this clout and all this accolades or power. And just like, girl, why is it so hard for y'all to support each other and work together without it being some sort of catty shade underneath or expected? You can't even show genuine support to people without people suspecting you of shade.
Right.
Like, why? I don't see that in the the Latinx community, the white community. It may well be there, but I just see when it comes to our crowd, like take a performer, like anybody that can do a singing, dance, or whatever. If somebody performs in front of a white club, I'm almost positive you'll get more of applause and more support from you performing than you do with the Black Gay Club. We'll be sitting there reading you down, trying to say everything that's wrong with your outfit, trying to say everything that's wrong with your talent, or whatever we can, just so we can say something funny to our best friend that's sitting next to us, Kiki.
Exactly.
Like they
Am I
do a lot to
wrong?
tear us. No, you're not, because they do a lot to tear us down, and we're supposed like they want to be. They claim that they want to be unified a lot of the times, but how can you want to be unified when the first thing you do is tear down someone that's in the same boat, rocking right along with you, but you sit up and you take your time out to discredit them or to read them down or whatever. Because I honestly feel like people like, say for instance, me and Jamar, we have a show. Okay, some I honestly feel like maybe some gay guys out there that may not be as supportive. Look at them two late queens up there. Them bitches ain't shit. I can do it better than them. Blah, blah, blah. But yet and still, there's another group of gay guys that do some of the same shit that me and Jamar do. I think their name is Kai and Carrie. I think that's their names. They have a show. Two friends like us, and I
Mhm.
support them. You know what I mean? Like I support them. I give like I support them. Even people that's on YouTube that me and Jamal know that are YouTube content creators that do the same thing we do. I give them all an avenue to come up here and be seen, because 9 times out of 10 they may not be seen because I have more subscribers than them, so I put them up here so more people can see them, so they can get that support. So, but everybody isn't like that. People, a lot of gay guys in our community, they love to. The main thing is they want to read somebody down. That's all they want to do. Read, 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 read. And a lot of times I ain't with it.
And believe it or not, people say like, "Bitch, you read the fuck out of him." I don't. If I read, I just really say what comes to my mind. I really don't be trying to read people. I don't practice reads or anything, and I really don't. I'm really a genuine caring person. Like I get a lot. Oh, bitch, why are you mugging me? Or your best friend was mugging me in the club. Like I don't. This is just my look. I don't be looking at you no type of way. I don't know you. I have no reason to hate you or look at you any certain type of way. This is my look. I just feel like people are just so intimidated about my look. Like I can't change who I am, and I just feel like, damn, Sean, what are you doing wrong? Are you giving resting bitch face? Are you rolling your eyes? Are you mugging somebody? I'm just like, no, bitch, they just can't take your look. I can't change who I am, and I'm not going to change it. You know what I'm saying? If you come up to me and approach me in a genuine manner, that's what you're going to get. If you come up to me in a fucked up manner, that's what you're going to get. Like, I don't understand. I don't give resting bitch face. If I do, I'm sorry. Blame my mother and my father. But this is my look. It's not going to change. And I do apologize for any girl in Dallas or Denton County or Fort Worth County that thinks that or Tarrant County, I'm sorry, that thinks that my look is so distinctive that I'm shading them. I'm not. This is just me. This is who I am. And I'm not going to change it.
No, I do be suffering from resting bitch face from time to time. Or I don't know if there's a face for it, but people always assume that something's wrong with me. They'd be like, "What's wrong? Are you sad?" I'm like, "No, I'm just chilling, sitting, minding my business." Like, but
Yeah,
I'm
I'm a
like,
very sheltered person. I observe the scene. You know what I'm saying? I observe my surroundings. Like, oh, this bitch is fake. She's messy. I can't. I might be prejudging the person, but I'm not gonna say it out loud. You know what I'm saying? So if you translate that to resting bitch face, I'm sorry because I just I
Oh,
get to
that's
choose
me
who's
all
going
the
to be in
way.
my circle and who's going to be in my space. I get I get to choose that, not you. So if you feel that I have an issue with you
Mhm.
because I choose not to speak or I walk past you, I do apologize. I'm just not for everybody, and everybody's not for you, whoever the person may be.
Well, you know what? I totally understand this shit. Cause guess what? I say this all the time on the show. Jamar, I won't say he's a people person, but he's way more open to new people than me. So he'll probably be somebody. He'll probably be like, "Well, Scotty, I want you to meet this person." I'll be like,
look, anybody
and
begged him to eat, he still likes to this day. So I'm not saying that I'm always right,
I ain't quick. I ain't.
but
That's what you want to say, but you're not always right. But we're not gonna go there.
I mean, feel
On this
free to
show.
give me an example of when I was wrong.
But I'm not gonna give you one. For the next question, we're gonna go into what is this real beef or rivalry between the Grind Dallas and Chasing Dallas. What is really going on with this? There's been a social media war and stuff like that. What is really going on with that? Because I
Lord Jesus.
love both friends. I love both sizes. So I ain't got not a bone to pick in this fight. But what is going on with that?
Well, I
Please
think
let us know.
everything has been resolved privately between my best friend Jeremy and Reese G, the EP of Chasing Dallas. They had a private conversation. I do want to take the time to formally apologize to Chasing Reality, Chasing Dallas, Chasing Atlanta. If you feel that the Grind Dallas, Jeremy Stevens, or Sean Gardner has came at you or copied your style or didn't give you guys the credit that you guys deserve. You are the Mecca. You guys have started it. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel that you guys missed the big point of what the Grind Dallas was trying to do for one of our cast members. And to make a mockery of that, it just wasn't cool. But like I said, everything has been squashed privately. But I do want to say that we don't want any beef. We don't want any war. There's room for all of us to eat at the table. And that's that on that.
Well, hey
Okay,
man,
that's
I saw
good.
that, I was like,
That's
oh
good.
Lord. I thought, wasn't it just like a template? It's
What had happened, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the real tea, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just a real ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, Orlando, like, oh, I'm like, brother, damn, it's Orlando birthday. I'm like, we can have a flyer made real quick. You know what I'm saying? We were on Instagram. I think Chasing Reality came past. We screenshotted that and was like, just duplicate this. Don't take it. You know what I'm saying? I think it was around the time that Suge was doing an interview with you guys. So we were more paying attention to the interview and the comments and stuff. So when she sent it back, she sent like three things and we just picked that one. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that it was the same, but it wasn't attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Chasing Reality. Shout out to Oliver Twist. The photo was everything. You know what I'm saying? That was not our intention to take that one and use it for Orlando. He's very embarrassed about it. He's mad and upset. And I just feel like everyone's missing the point. It was his birthday. We were just trying to celebrate his birthday. We did have other options, and I really wish we would have used the other option. But like I said, we were paying attention to the interview that Suge was doing with you guys, and we just said, okay, cool, that's it, and we posted it. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that it was the same or identical to the other one from Chasing Reality.
okay. Well, that's good because I'm like, we don't need no more beef going on in the LGBT realm. Because I remember, I think late last year there was this whole thing about two new Atlanta shows that were coming up that had similar promo looks, or like they were shot their promos at the same place, and they was accusing the other of taking their ideas and shit. I'm like, we are literally all doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We could benefit so much
Exactly.
more by supporting each other than trying to tear each other down and be the top whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh Lord, please don't let this be another saga of this back and forth between the two different platforms, because
we don't want it at all.
Yeah, yeah, because as a person that watches these shows and you know what I'm saying, we interview these people. It's like I really want everybody to win because everybody got to start somewhere. And like I said, like I watched Chasing Atlanta, I watched Chasing Dallas, of course, Grind. I watched the Real Hot Boys of Houston. Like I watched these shows, and I want to see them. Well, no, I forgot. Let me not forget about Quran shows. I do watch come up New York and come up Miami and come up like I watch all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it all to be successful in some kind of way. I mean, it is what it is, and that's why we have that's why we have this platform to give to people like yourself that's on these shows to be able to promote, you let people know who you are, all of that stuff. It may not be the biggest platform, but it's a platform. You know what I mean? So, you know.
Yeah, and shout out to Real Hot Boys of Houston. I believe Ty Rogers runs the page. He inbox me all the time. I try to catch his lives, and he gives me words of encouragement, and I try to reciprocate the same energy. So there is no bad blood. I mean, like I said, there's room for all of us to eat at the table, and hopefully, in the future, we all can do a spin-off show together with all, all the members from each cast. So it's definitely room for improvement, but we're taking baby steps. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes, and like I said, from the bottom of my heart and from my brother's heart, we don't want any problem with chasing reality. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I admire them. Like chasing Atlanta was just like whoa to me. Like when they first came on the scene, I'm like, whoa, I have to do this one day. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have done it, but I don't want to do it without my brother. You know what I'm saying? I have to convince him to
Yeah,
do anything. You know what I'm saying? So, you
yes,
know,
I think at this point, chasing Atlanta for all, you know how in female rap, Nikki is the standard. I think for the LGBT web series community, I honestly feel like Chasing Atlanta is the standard for all of the shows that's coming out because they have been able to maneuver and pull in big ass numbers. Like they just closed their season out with 1.6 million viewers all together and counting. So they are pretty much the standard. So we all have a standard somewhere. Just like with people like me and Jamar who do content. I would say that maybe the standard for us would probably be someone like a Funky Dineva or something like that because he is a YouTube content creator who has been able to cross over into television and different things like that. And of course, we would love to be able to do that type of thing. So, everybody, every lane has a certain standard, has a certain person that has a certain standard. So, yeah. So I just want to see everybody win and all of that stuff. So, like you said, it's room for everybody.
yes, it
So,
is. I
I
mean,
would
but
we all
say,
have stories to tell. You know what I'm saying? Chasing Atlanta has different stories from Chasing Dallas. Chasing Dallas is going to have different stories from Chasing LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a supporter of all platforms. Even though there may be a little friction with the EPs or whatever, I still support. Like, I see Trey Womack out in the club. I speak to him. George is out in the club. We speak. You know what I'm saying? There's no beef. Trey Howard. You know what I'm saying? There is no type of animosity that we have against anyone or in any of their franchises. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, everything was happened privately, and we wish them the best, and we hope they wish us the best. And in the future, we hope that
and,
we
and
can come together.
And I see that, and also another thing that I want to say too before we go into closing is that the Grind Dallas and the Real High Boys of Houston is pretty much in the same space right now. Like y'all on y'all first season, y'all basically in y'all pilot season. Y'all trying to figure things out, trying to figure out what doesn't, who works, who doesn't. So both shows, High Boys of Houston and the Grind, both of y'all in the same place, and y'all are little known shows at this point in time because y'all are new and y'all are trying to get it, trying to elevate it. So I do see a lot of potential in both brands, as far as y'all's brand and the Real Hot Boys of Houston. And I definitely want to see y'all continue to elevate. I'm going to continue to support it in any way that I possibly can.
Oh, I thank you.
So yeah. Oh, of course. When I see potential in something. Oh, I'm gonna support it. I don't give a damn if nobody else does. I'm gonna support it. So
And definitely, like I said, all of our cast members have stories to tell. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just working the kinks out, so just bear with us. But definitely, when we close out this season one and start season two, we have no, we know that it's going to be booming because we know the expectation, we know what to do, we know we have a game plan. So just stay tuned. And for those who have not watched our show, you can search us on YouTube at City Boys Entertainment. That is CITIBOYZ Entertainment, and catch up on all 3 episodes.
I I would love to see. I don't know what it would be called. I don't like reality all star or something, but there should be like a bad boys club sort of style where you take like transplants from the grind, chasing Atlanta, chasing Dallas, the come up, put all you hoes in a house for like a, a week and just see what happens.
Well, I
Just
do want to say,
that would
besides the
be
Crying
interesting.
Dallas season two, we do have me and my business partner. We're not going to speak on it publicly, but we're working on some things behind the scenes to more of a spin-off show just to help us build our season two cast and everything like that. So we have some more things coming out, and that's going to be coming at you. So watch out for that. But also that all-star team you were talking about, it will be great. It will definitely be great.
I'm just
It
saying,
would. It'd
somebody
be
may be
very
happy you get my
entertaining.
cut when you use the idea. That's all I.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm promised, honey, that I don't want to be a part of the fighting, honey. I'll read a bitch to death, honey. When it starts to fight, honey, I got to move around. Not that I'm not going to fight, because I would beat a bitch ass. But I'm trying to grow, and I don't want to be seen just constantly beating up bitches, because that's not who I am.
I can see that.
Y'all, the Tennessee that kicked in, honey, so excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, man, for the Hennessy, girl. I was on that last night. That's why I couldn't drink today, Chuck, because I was, baby, they had me up in there, the food. But do you want to move to the game, Scotty?
Hmm.
Go ahead, explain the rules.
Okay, so this we do at the end of every interview when we're interviewing someone for one of these shows. We play a game, and it involves the entire cast. And what we do is we go down the list of people in the cast, and each person name we call, you either give a one word description of them, or you describe them in one sentence. You have the option to describe them in one word or one sentence.
Okay.
So, Jamar, you can start it off with the first name if you want to start off easy.
Orlando.
Orlando. Misunderstood.
Okay. Should.
Mm. Um, Underestimated.
Lay.
Lay. Um, Unpredictable. Ow!
Perfect.
Rude boy.
Shy. Shy.
Neiman.
I would say Neiman is articulate. He's fabulous, and he's also neutral.
Stanley.
Um, I'm not gonna call him messy because bitch, we all messy. Let's be clear. I would say that he's misunderstood too. I just feel like that he has a lot to share, but he also guarded to share it. So sheltered.
For entertainment purposes, I feel like I'm gonna mispronounce his name every time because I had somebody else whose name is spelled the exact same way. Is it Harase?
Harasi.
Harasi, because I had my other friend's name was Horace. So
That's what I thought his name was. Horace.
Harasi. I would just say, like I said, I relate to him a lot. I feel like he's misunderstood. I feel like he's always been the outcast and he's never really been accepted. So he's fighting for acceptance. So I would say he's misunderstood as well.
And I think the last, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last person, Jeremy.
Jeremy. My brother is the epitome of what I want to be. He is an entrepreneur, he is a go-getter, and he's not gonna let no one stand in his way. So I would say he's very determined.
I want to be messy and throw in Dior.
Dior, Jamar, why would you do this to me? Dior.
Because I want to be messy.
I'm going to say Dior is. I can't think that he can be a genuine person. I just feel like that there was a lot of things that was missing translation. I feel like he feel like I didn't like him and I was attacking him. So I'm going to say that he's misunderstood because I don't want to be messy. I'm going to say that he was misunderstood and that he feel that he was better suited over at Chasing Dallas. So welcome back home.
Well, at the also at the end of these interviews, we also like to
What happened,
What?
Jamar?
The
I told her I record on Wednesdays now. But anyway, at the end of the interview, we like to ask, did you feel comfortable? Like, did you have a great time? Do you feel like, we did our job as the host? We want to get your feedback.
I feel like you guys did your job. I was very comfortable. I mean, the Hennessy and, what I was doing behind stage helped a lot. But you guys, you guys were very welcoming. Like I said, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to come share my story and my opinions of what we have to bring and what we have shown so far on your channel, Scotty, and with your co-host, Jamar. You guys have been wonderful.
Yeah.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
A little shoulder,
Yes.
Well, before we depart, is there anything that we can help you support? Any upcoming projects that they can look out for in the near future?
We have a lot of things coming up. I would just encourage everybody to follow my Instagram because that's where everything is going to be posted. I can't really speak on it publicly yet, but it's in the making. So follow my Instagram at Prince Latrell 87. That is PRYNCELATRELL 87. Or my brother's, because if I don't post it, he will post it. His Instagram is King Emery. That is KINNGEMERY. That is on Instagram. We definitely have some things coming up that you guys will definitely want to stay tuned for.
Perfect.
Okay then. Well, I guess that concludes tonight's show. First of all, before we go, you can find me and Jamar on Instagram. Find me at Scotty_by_nature. You can find Jamar at Jamar84. Sean, what's your Instagram once again?
It is Prince Latrell 87. That is PYRNCELATRELL 87.
All right, and we'll be back next week. Me and Jamar will be back here next week. We have another interview with one of the other cast members, with two of the cast members of The Grind, Neiman and Stanley. They will be here on the 24th.
Come on,
They
Neiman and
be here on March the
Stanley.
24th.
Yes.
And on March the 26th, the Underworks, Bill Collective star Latrice will be back, but she'll also be bringing Antoinette alongside her on Friday, March the 26th. So we have two shows next week. With that being said, y'all, I am out of here. We are out here until next week. We'll holler. You ain't got don't go nowhere yet, Sean. Don't go nowhere yet. Don't go nowhere yet.
Okay.